So that's the idea and the inception. The next piece I want to talk about is scaling our business globally. So to give you a sense of our scale, so today Polar's 40 people, customers in 11 countries, 4 offices, Toronto, San Francisco, New York, and Dubai, and ambitions to continue to grow that. We graduated school, we had a couple customers, we had a product, we had very low revenues, and we started hitting up the US right away. Literally the day before my last exam, I was in New York pitching to publishers. Went back to Waterloo to write the last exam, then went down to Vegas for a big conference that was happening there. The biggest thing I've learned about growing a customer base around the world is you gotta be ready to travel. You gotta get on a plane and you've gotta go chase the business. You can't sit back and wait for the phone to ring. And I'm disappointed about 2 things. One is in the early days I was not able to talk and meet enough Canadian entrepreneurs that could help me with this. Could not meet enough Canadian entrepreneurs that had successfully expanded their business beyond our borders. And the second thing that I'm still disappointed with today is that I don't run into enough Canadians when I'm outside of Canada. When I'm in New York or LA or London or Boston or Chicago, places that are an hour, hour and a half flight away. It's probably going to take some of you longer to get home tonight. And that's really what it took. So I'll tell you a story of how we got our first major US customer, and it was Time Warner. Time Warner owns Time Magazine and Sports Illustrated and CNN and all these really big brands. May 2008, so literally 3 weeks after graduation, I had emailed the president at Time Warner, and I said, here's what we've done with Canadian Business McLean's, and we want to come see you and tell you what we've done. Got a response in 15 minutes. And it was like a 6-word response saying, sure, come see us. Booked a trip to New York, walked into his office, biggest office I'd ever been to in my life. We had a couch, and it's so cool at that time to have a meeting on a couch. I'd never done that before. And we started showing the products and showing the apps and what we're doing. And he asks, what's a small little Canadian company doing here in New York? That caught me off guard. And this is 3.5, 4 years ago. I pulled out my BlackBerry and asked him, so where's this from? And his response was, I don't know, China. And the story went on that, hey, it's from Waterloo up north, that's where we're from, and it went from being a Canadian company being a negative to being a massive positive. Side note, I don't necessarily use that reference anymore these days. But early days, it's about, what we did is we built our brand off somebody else's back. And that's how we established credibility in these big foreign markets, and that's how we got people to take us seriously. The other thing we did is we focused on making our customers successful. And that's still a big priority for our company today. So I've got a customer success team within my organization of 40 people. The customer success team is 6 people. And their job is to make customers successful with our technology. And by making customers successful, that's led to so much more business from current customers and new customers. This last point I'll give on traveling and getting ready to fly all over the world and going and chasing our business is it doesn't stop. And that's what I've learned. And we've got customers all over the world. The majority of our revenue is from the US, and we've got revenue growing overseas. But in the next 30 days, I'm literally going to be in Hong Kong, Jakarta, Shanghai, Beijing, San Francisco, Ottawa, Montreal, Waterloo, London, Dubai, in the next 30 days alone, and that's just me. There's people on my team of 40 people that are in Latin America right now, that are all over the US, that will be going to the UK. So even though we're a small company, we're still going out and chasing business all over the world. And it's not that scary. It's a lot of fun as well. And the third point around our experience and our journey was scaling. I'll give you a key metric. So today we've launched over 1,200 mobile apps for our 300 customers. A year ago today, it was 80 for about 40 customers. The last 12 months we've seen phenomenal growth. And the key things that has led to that growth and in terms of scaling a business in Canada focused around people. And to be honest, growing a management team and a leadership team was really, really hard. Because it's been hard to find people with skills that have experience on growing a business, a software business focused on the media industry globally. That's definitely been a challenge. We've been successful at growing this team now. You're going to see a press release tomorrow morning announcing our CFO and our head of sales, who's actually US-based in San Francisco. And growing the team has been the key thing for us to scale our company. And then investing in our people and making sure we've got a great culture where everybody's committed and motivated. So that's been a big aspect of scaling the company and scaling our growth, which we had no idea going into it. We had no idea what to expect. We had no idea how long it would take to hire these people. I can confidently say the last probably 6 people I've hired, within a week of them starting, the first thought that crossed my mind is I should have hired them a year ago. And our business would be far, far more ahead. So when you think about scaling your business or supporting entrepreneurs for scaling their business, the biggest thing I've learned is making sure they're surrounded and have the right talent inside the company to lead and to execute. That's the first part, talking about our journey and some of the things that we've learned. I'll talk a bit about the ecosystem of entrepreneurship and what we've learned. So I realize I'm probably going to offend a couple people in the audience with this next section. I'll try and be polite about the government hand. But the first piece is around the education system. So when I went to school, this is kind of what it looked like. Not school as in grade school, but university or college. We didn't go to class. Everything was available online. People who were in class were sleeping. And what's changed in the last 2-3 years is if you walk into a classroom today, I probably speak every couple months at one of the local universities, every single student has a laptop open or is on BBM or is on their iPhone or their iPad. They're probably not Googling the topic the professor's talking about to go more in depth and learn more. Chances are they're on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. So the way we're learning is changing, and that's going to affect how you reach a younger demographic and how we create a system that encourages young people to be entrepreneurial. And really a system that engages young minds at an early age, because that does make a difference, that does influence the career paths that young people take. So this slide is about the government. And what I've realized and learned in the last 4 years is there are a lot of programs available, but they simply don't meet the needs and the requirements of new media and new tech businesses. And the biggest observation is speed. So when you're growing a company, or even starting a company, you move really, really fast. You move a lot faster than everybody else around you. And you're looking for support and help and definitely funding and financial assistance to get your business off the ground or to further accelerate your growth. A lot of the government programs that exist today to fund entrepreneurs, whether they're young or old or new or established, take way too long. And maybe that's I'm speaking as the entrepreneur who's very impatient, but unless we make some changes here to make sure the programs and the tax dollars are helping entrepreneurs, then entrepreneurs aren't necessarily incented to stay here. And there are definitely government programs that have helped our business scale, that have helped us get back tax credits and R&D dollars, and they've been pretty sizable. But I'd like to see more, and I think with more, you're going to see more people starting businesses, especially within new media and technology. And that's an opportunity I think we have to put our country, our province, our city on a global scale and be recognized for this industry. We're not yet, but the good thing is nobody is yet globally. It is such a new industry, and there's an opportunity, but we have to go chase it. It's not going to come to us on its own. Probably in one of these towers now. So I think of the big corporate world. What role does the big corporate world have to do with entrepreneurship, and especially young entrepreneurs? It's actually really simple. it's about making it easy to do business with you. Our first customer was Rogers Media. And the only reason we got the first deal done was because the person we were dealing with was an entrepreneur, signed our proposal, found a way to pay us, and we didn't get a contract until 12 months later. Transcontinental, the owners of the Hockey News and Canadian Living and Elle Magazine, they're our second customer. And same thing there. The publisher of the Hockey News, who we work with very closely to this day, she was an entrepreneur for 12 years, and her company was bought by Transcontinental. Went to go see her. She wanted to help us and get us off the ground, and she gave us business. We didn't get a contract until another probably 18 months from that company. So the biggest thing a big company can do to support entrepreneurs is to make it easy to do business with you. And the reality is it's not. It is really hard to sell to big companies, really hard. I know there's a lot of lawyers in the room, but you know what I'm about to say. The last basic thing of the ecosystem is media. And I don't know if there's any media in the room today, but it's about profiling, talking about the success stories, and getting other people inspired and motivated to go do it. I mean, we could fill the front pages with how RIM's stock is declining and the CEOs should be voted out or whatever. I mean, or we could talk about success stories, both young and old, that we've got in this country or this province or this city to encourage more people to do it, to stay here, and to continue to grow. So on a kind of closing note, my biggest observation when looking at the last 4 years, and I'd say the biggest thing that I've learned, the biggest thing I wish somebody told me about when I started the company was focus. And that one word, I'll admit, I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still trying to figure out how to focus. And I meet people all the time that have 4 or 5, 6 different things on the go, and I'm impressed. I'm struggling with one thing. And how in the world do you have that many things going on? But even within an environment, within your company, within a team, regardless of whatever type of team it is, it's the ability to focus that has helped us succeed, but the ability to not focus is also where we can point to where we've made mistakes. So I've touched on a number of different topics today, and I hope you're able to take something away from that. Thank you for your time, and enjoy the rest of the evening.